Hello there, this is What If Unknown. Now I'm going to be doing What If Naruto was raised in the Sand Village. Now before I get into the What If, I would like to get in some background info for the story. Now, in this, Gar's mother is going to be the sister of Minato. And then also Minato will have the Sand or Magnet release Geki Genkai for the story. And then also, Kushina and will have wolf summoning. And yeah. Also, in this, Kurama will have a stronger relationship with Kushina to, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to begin in this what if to where we cut to seeing Kushina doing reverse summoning um, in this cave, into this cave that's dark but has some lights illuminating a pathway. And then at the end of this pathway, we see a big white fox with a scar down its left eye, laying down, as it hears a person walking or approaching it, as its head pops up, and notices this redhead lady named Kushina Uzumaki. Anyway, she's this wolf. She goes, "What do I have the honor of seeing Lady Kushina?" And Kushina goes, "Oh, I have great news, Ryu." "Oh, really? What is it, Kushina?" As Kushina goes, we're gonna have a new summoner for the wolf summoning." "Oh, really? Who's it gonna be?" And Kushina goes, "We'll find out in about 8 months." And Ryu goes, "Wait, you're pregnant?" And Kushina goes, "Yes, and we already have a name." And Ryu goes, "Really? What's his name? Or her name?" And she says, "If it's a boy, Naruto. If it's a girl, Mito. But I have a strong feeling it's gonna be a boy." And Ryu goes and smiles and says, "Those are great names. I can't wait." Now, Ryu goes and says, "Is that all, Kushina?" And Kushina says, "Yeah, I would like you to be, I wanted you to be the first people to know, or first person to know that I am pregnant. Because I, you were there for me when I was all alone." And Ryu goes, "Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. I can't wait for the baby Naruto." And Kushina says, "Okay, now I gotta go. I'll talk to you later." And Ryu goes, "Before you go, here." And Ryu goes over to um, a, a pile of summoning scrolls and says, "Here, for Ryu, when Naruto is of age, or when, yeah." So, Kushina goes over and takes the scroll and says, "Thank you. Thank you, Ryu," as Kushina leaves the summoning. Now we cut to about 8 months later to the Ninetales attack. Now, we cut to Minato fighting Obito. And Obito will be having a much harder time against Minato due to the sand release and because of the defense. And now, uh, and that means Minato will be getting over with the fight much faster. And yeah, so now Minato beats Obito and goes over to Kushina after, since the Ninetales has already been extracted, as um, the Ninetales goes into a claw, or we see the Ninetales claw going after Naruto, but we see Minato and Kushina jump in front of the claw, but Minato and Kushina notice this white sand-looking orb around Naruto protecting him. And Naruto smiles, says he's got my Geki Genkai. This will protect him. And After this, we were gonna say Kurama gets out of the Genjutsu from or Obito's control, or gets out of Obito's control because he noticed that he just, or due to him stabbing Kushina and um, Minato, he gets booted out of the Genjutsu because of his feelings and his strong connection with Kushina. And uh, Kurama goes and starts apologizing obliviously and saying, "I'm so sorry, Kushina. I would never want to harm you." And Kushina says, "It's okay, Kurama," as she smiles with blood coming out of her mouth. And she says, "It's okay, Kurama. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be okay." And Kurama says, "No, you won't be able to make it with that much blood loss. Blood loss. Can't talk. You won't be able to survive." And she says, "I know. Don't worry. I have a request for you, Kurama." And Kurama starts tearing up. "Okay, Kushina, what do you want me to do?" And she says a few things. One, "I very much like you to um, take care of Naruto, no matter what. I want you to protect him. I want you to be there for him." And yeah, so now Minato will say to Kurama that I'll be using the Soul Reaper seal to seal you inside of Naruto. And he says, since I won, I'm dying. So this is one of the, and the Soul Reaper seal is the strongest seal. So since we know we won't make it, this is the seal I'm deciding to use. And Kurama says, okay. But Kushina says, wait, Minato, 1 second, I need to finish talking with Kurama. And Minato says, okay. And so Kushina goes, another thing is, Kurama, here, and then she had, for some reason, she goes and one of her chakra chains goes and pulls out the scroll that Ryu gave her. It says, oh my god, stupid vehicles. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let me get back into what if. Her chakra chain goes over to a seal, or to a scroll, sorry. Goes over to a scroll and gives it to Kurama and says, when you think Naruto is of the right age, or when you feel like Naruto is ready, have him sign this contract. This is the wolf contract. And pause for a second. In this, I'm just gonna say the wolf summoning is is only for like Uzumaki's because plot. Anyway, let me get back into what if. And the Nine Tails says, okay, Kushina, I will do that. I'll do that for you. And Kushina says, thank you. As she says her final words for Naruto. And so does Minato. And Minato seals the full Nine Tails into Naruto. Now, I know that in Naruto that they said it's almost, or Gaara's sand, it's almost like his mother's soul is in the sand protecting him. So I'm going to say, just for this, I'm going to say Minato seals, obviously he's going to seal some chakra, or his chakra, into the seal. But he's going to seal half of Kushina's remaining chakra into the seal, and also the other remaining chakra into Naruto's sand. So then it makes Naruto's sand even stronger and faster, and it has a mind of its own. Like before, or already protected him before, but it'll be much stronger. Okay, so I'm getting off topic. So I'm gonna cut to the Sand Village, as Minato is doing this. Now, Gaara's mother is, I'm just gonna say she's about 8 months pregnant, and she goes to her husband, the Kazekage, and says, "My my brother and his wife are having a child. I just got a letter." And Gar's father says, "Really? That is wonderful. That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait." Little Gara, and at this, I'm gonna say that Minato already told his sister that his name is Naruto, since they found out the gender. And yeah, okay. So, and they're like, Naruto and Gar are gonna be best of friends. Now we cut back to the Leaf Village. Now, we're gonna go and yeah. So, Minato is finishing sealing his chakra and Kushina's chakra into the seal, and some of Kushina's chakra or soul into Naruto's sand. Okay. Anyway, let me get back into it. So, he does that, and then at this time, Kushina goes, "I'm sorry that I wasn't able to raise you, but I hope you have a good life, and your foxy friend will protect you," with a slight chuckle, as she goes, "Okay, Naruto, I hope to see you in the future. When you decide to befriend Kurama, or hopefully you befriend Kurama, because he's really nice, just misunderstood. When you decide to befriend him, we'll be there." As the light fades from Minato and Kushina's eyes. Now, a few weeks have passed, and somehow, I'm just gonna say, somehow, word got out to Minato's sister, Gar's mother, that they have passed away. And now Gar's mother goes to her husband and tells him everything, and saying, we need to get Naruto out of, we need to get Naruto, we need to raise him. We need to be there for him to make sure he has a family, because in that village he will not have a family, and who knows how he'll be treated due to his appearance, and or not his appearance, because they don't know what he looks like yet, but due to him, because I'm gonna say, yeah, okay, who knows how he's gonna be treated, because she assumes that Minato sealed the Nine Tails into his own son, because because he has high chakra reserves, and so the Kazekage decides to send two of his elite Anbu to the sand, and so these Anbu find out that where Naruto is, and when they find this is how Naruto looks. Naruto has half blonde and half red hair, with one blue eye and one violet or purple colored eye, with 3 whisker marks. In the two Anbu, one is a female with purple hair and red eyes, just because why not? And she smiles and she says, "Oh, you're so cute." And baby Naruto grabs her finger and smiles. And this lady her name will be, what is her name? No. Okay, anyway, okay. Her name is Asuna. And Asuna smiles. Why, don't judge me. Okay, yeah. Asuna smiles and picks up baby Naruto, and the two Anbu vanish. And a few days later, they appear into the sand village, and Gaara's mother is waiting for the news of the Anbu coming with Naruto. And 3 days have passed, and the Anbu have got into the village with Naruto. And Gaara's mother runs up and picks up Naruto and says, and starts carrying Naruto, and says, "Hey there, little Naruto. you and Gar are gonna be best friends. You're so cute. As Naruto laughs and smiles. Now we skip to um, a month later when Gaara is born, and unfortunately, Gaara's mother has passed during child delivery, and they, or the Kazekage and them, seal the Shikaku into Gaara, and in the say since Minato was with Kushina and stuff like that, Kushina, because they knew for them that they needed like better seals for the Shikaku to be held. So Kushina and Minato gave the Kazekage and Minato's sister some seals for the Shikaku. So yeah. So that we're yeah. Okay. Now let me get back into it. So Naruto and Gaara, I'm gonna skip 4 years. Now Naruto and Gaara, they're playing by themselves because um or yeah, they're just playing in the Kazekage mansion, messing around because because they're raised like brothers. Anyway, so on. So anyway, in this, the civilians will not know of Naruto and Gaara being Jinchurikis because the Kazekage does not want his son and his nephew, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna say nephew, to be treated differently or treated poorly. Okay, and only a handful of people will know, and none in this. I'm gonna have the civilian council, and a Shinobi council, because I think that would be very entertaining to hear. But in this, the civilian council won't know that Naruto and Gaara are Jinchuriki, because yeah. So now I'm gonna we're gonna go back in time a little bit after the Nine Tails attack, after the Anbu, Asuna, and the unknown Anbu took uh took Naruto. Now the third Hokage calls a meeting regarding about Naruto, and the Shinobi Council and the Civilian Council come to the meeting, and the third Hokage says, "We have a problem. We have concerns. Um, our Nine Tails Jinchuriki has disappeared." And Donzo is like, "What? The Nine Tails is gone? This is horrible. This is bad. We cannot allow anybody to know that we have lost the Nine Tails, because then other villages will attack us. Hiruzen, how could you let this happen?" Now, Hiruzen is just with a sad face, smoking his pipe, says, "There's nothing, or I don't know how this happened." And in the civilian, because of the Nine Tails attack, they're like, "Oh, the Nine Tails is gone? Thank God. That demon, or that demon fox isn't in the village anymore." Which they didn't know that Naruto is the Nine Tails because because that didn't get that far in. So they're like, "Great, the Nine Tails is gone." As the Shinobi side goes, "This is not good," as they know the severity the severity of the issue that has occurred. Now, we go back to 4 years ago, or we cut back to present time with Naruto and them, Gaara and them playing. Now, in this, I'm gonna say Naruto just turned 4, and yeah, okay, Naruto just turned 4, and he's asleep, and he wakes up in his mindscape, and he sees this fox, and he's frightened, he says, or he makes up in his mindscape, sorry, in like a sewer type place. And he's walking for a little bit, then he hears a deep voice saying, "Come here, Naruto. Come here. Come this way. Come towards the sound of my voice." As Naruto goes towards the voice, as he sees a nine-tailed fox in a cage. As Naruto is frightened, he steps back. He goes, "What? Who are you? Wait, are you gonna hurt me?" As Kurama smiles, and he says, "Don't worry, Naruto. I'm not gonna hurt you. I will protect you. Don't worry, you're safe. I'm not gonna do anything to you." As Naruto gets over him being terrified. He's still a little bit scared, but he's not shaking like he was. As he walks closer, and the Nine-Tails goes, "You look just like your mother and your father, especially that one purple eye from your mom, or the violet-colored eye from your mom, and that icy blue eye from your dad, and even your hair. It resembles both of them." As Naruto goes, "What? You know my mom and my mom and dad?" And in this, I'm gonna say the Kazekage told Naruto, well, yeah, or told Naruto, since Naruto can understand at this time, that he is, the uncle or whatever of Naruto, or I think, however that works. I think that like tells him about his mom and dad, and so let me cut back to Naruto and the Nine Tails, or Kurama, and says, "Wait, you know my mom?" And he goes, "Yeah, you resemble him. It's uncanny. Like half half of your side resembles your mom, and the other half resembles your dad." As Naruto goes and says, "Really? Cool." And Naruto noticed that he goes into the cage, and he kind of, dang it. Anyway, stupid trucks. Okay, this is like 5 in the morning, so yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let me get back into the video. Anyway, so Naruto goes into the cage and sits onto one of Kurama's tails, and because Kurama allowed that, and he smiles and says, "Don't worry, Naruto. I'll be here for you. Don't worry, you're safe." As Naruto smiles and kind of like hugs Kurama's tail, as Kurama kind of chuckles. And anyway, so he goes to Naruto and says, "Hey, I have a gift for you." And I know I'm giving Naruto, or he says, "I have a gift for you," or Kurama says, "I have a gift for you. It's a summoning." And I know Naruto is only 4 years old, and they're like, "What? He has summoning?" He already unlocked some of his chakra due to, yeah, because, yeah, just don't judge me. Anyway, he goes, "I have a gift for you," and Naruto says, "What?" And and Kurama pulls out the summoning contract, and he says, "Bite your thumb and place your blood and put your and sign the contract." And Naruto does it, as he heals instantly because Kurama does as fast as he can, so he doesn't hurt. So Naruto doesn't hurt, or yeah, get hurt. So anyway, so then all of a sudden, a small fox that is um, half black and half white, I think, or no, let me think. Okay, no, it's a half black and half white fox, or not fox, wolf. Sorry, half black and half white wolf with one red eye and one blue eye, as it's like a pup at this time, and says, "You summoned me?" As Naruto giggles in excitement because he's 4 years old, and it's like a puppy, and he hugs it, and and the wolf goes, "Little boy, stop it." As Naruto kind of gets scared because of the tone, and puts down the wolf, as Kurama says, says to the wolf, "This is Naruto, Kushina's boy." As the wolf goes and starts bowing, he says, "Oh, he's Kushina's son? I'm Lady Kushina, son. I'm sorry. As he kind of bows and says, I'm sorry, young boy, young Naruto. As Naruto smiles and says, it's okay. And yeah, so the wolf goes, so I am your personal summon. And as you grow, I'll grow too. And Naruto says, really? And this wolf her name will be Aurora. And Aurora goes, if you would like, I will stay out with you, or stay summoned for as long as you'd like, because Naruto has high chakra reserve, so he can keep the summon out for however long he wants, or whenever, yeah. So now Aurora goes, I'll stay with you forever long you want. I could even stay out forever, or just whenever. If you get chakra exhausted, then I'll go back to the summoning realm. But you have such high chakra reserves that I don't think it will be possible. And Naruto says, really? Cool. He's like, I'd love if you would stay, because Naruto is a little bit shy in this. At the beginning, anyway. Okay, so as Naruto goes and kind of hugs Aurora as she smiles. And now Kurama says, okay, it's time to get up, or time to go to sleep, Naruto. And Naruto says, okay, now I'm going to skip 4 years. And so it's the beginning of the academy. And this whole time, Aurora has stayed summoned this whole time because she's kind of like his support animal, kind of like Kiba, but she's a summon, so she stayed here. But yeah, so Naruto goes into the academy with Gaara, as Gaara is, since the Uzumaki seal is much stronger, he's able to sleep and Shikaku doesn't bother him that much. So anyway, they go into the academy, and I'm gonna skip 2 years, and I'm gonna say Naruto and Gaara graduated early, and also Kankuro will be a 4 year, or will be a few, like quite a few years older than what he was in canon, because I'm gonna make Kankuro uh, the Jonin leader for this team, and since Naruto and Gaara graduated early, Tamari will be on the same team as Gaara and Naruto. Okay, now Naruto, I'm gonna say they do a C rank mission. They do a few C rank missions and B rank missions and so on, and because they started off, they did one D rank mission, and yeah. So Kazekage noticed of Naruto's Geki Genkai, or he has two. Ha ha ha. Now the Kazekage noticed that Naruto has sand release, but his sand release is stronger than Gaara's and the Kazekage's own, because this, I'm just gonna say sand, or white sand release, or white sand is much stronger than normal sand. And yeah, so one day somebody accidentally tripped and something flew at him, and then all of a sudden all of white sand protected Naruto. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Naruto. Naruto smiles and says, it's okay, ma'am. She says, okay, as she picks up her thing and goes. So Naruto is trained with his sand and so on. So, okay. Now, I'm going to do like a time skip to where everybody in canon, graduates, so on. So, yeah. So I'm going to go back to the Leaf Village point of view. And now the third Okage is in a council meeting with the civilian shinobi side and goes, have you heard anything of the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, of where his whereabouts are, and so on? And they still haven't figured, and Nambu and stuff goes in and says, no, we have not found anything of the whereabouts of the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. as they're all freaking out. And yeah, we're gonna cut to the academy. Now this is gonna be the rookie 11, cause yeah, rookie 11. So the rookie 11 graduates on. So the same. So for the teams for uh so Sasuke and Sakura will be on the same team, um, under Kakashi, and I'm just gonna say, since it's like the beginning of Sai, it's gonna be, well, it's gonna be the rookie 12, I guess, because Sai will be in it, because the Sai wasn't get corrupted by Donzo, and they put him into the academy early, whatever. So the team is gonna be uh normal. So it's gonna be Sai, Sasuke, and Sakura, and the other team's gonna be the same. So yeah. So um, the same thing happens. Kakashi comes in late, blah blah blah. As they go to the roof and do their introductions, everything's the same. But yeah. But as they're doing their introductions, he's like, "This is boring," and he thinks about, "I wonder where you are, Naruto. I wish I could have seen you. I hope I could see you soon. I hope I could see you in the future. Hopefully someday I'll be able to meet you." As he gets snapped back in because of Sasuke, because Sasuke went last this time, comes in and talks about, wanting to kill his brother. So Naruto, or Kakashi goes, "Oh, whatever." So the Land of Wave things happens, whatever. No, no, no. Okay. So so I'm gonna stick with the Leaf Village for a little bit. So anyway, so Team 7 goes and they do their D missions, and then they get tired of it, or I'm gonna say Sasuke does, and he says, "Hey, third Hokage, old man, we gotta get a better mission. This is wasting my Uchiha Elite status. I'm a Uchiha Elite. This is wasting my talents." Is the third Hokage goes, "Okay, here's a C rank escorting mission. Um, to take this bridge builder to the Land of Waves to build the bridge." Yes. And now I'm going to cut to the Sand Village. Now, I'm going to say they happen to have a, let me think about it. They happen to have a mission that happens to be in the wave. And it was, so the mission, so it's an A rank mission at this time, and it's to get a rogue ninja from their village, because let's just say, I'm going to say Orochimaru had a hideout in the Land of Wave, and so this random rogue or shinobi went rogue or whatever and went to Orochimaru, but before they, yeah, so as the now I'm going to cut to Team 7. So they're at the bridge seeing Zabuza. They're fighting. As everything goes in canon or whatever, Haku comes in, stops it, and Kakashi says, "We need to train," and trains them. And at this time, I'm going to say Team Sand, because I don't think they have numbers in the sand. Well, I don't know the numbers. So, anyway, let me get back to it. So they just got done catching the rogue, or Team Sand just got done catching the rogue, and as they're coming by, they happen to passing the bridge, as this was the week time skip when Zabuza comes back, as Gaara and Naruto Gaara, Tamari, Naruto, and Kankuro see these four-leaf ninja fighting Zabuza, Momochi, and a masked man. As I'm gonna say, Sasuke's a little bit weaker in this because he doesn't have that person or role or rival that Naruto was. Because I know Kiba could be, but no. So anyway, let me get back to it. So Sasuke is in this ice mirrors, just getting demolished by Haku, and Zabuza is like on par, barely beating Kakashi. As Naruto says, "Can we help him? Should we help him?" As now, since Naruto is 12 years old, I'm gonna go into his appearance really quick, or his what he's wearing. Yeah, so in this, his clothes is gonna be a long, or no, it's gonna be a half white, half uh red sweatshirt with black shinobi pants and white shinobi sandals, and he wears one red and one white glove with um, a fox necklace around his neck, and Naruto's headband will be around his neck, kind of like, if you think, kind of like Hinata's, I guess, but his fox necklace hangs past it. Okay, anyway, so Naruto says, "Can I help him? These weak leaf ninja," as he's like, "I want to stop this fighting, um, Kankuro." As Kankuro says, "Fine, but be quick. We gotta take this piece of scum, or this garbage, back to the sand." As Naruto says, "Okay." As Kakashi senses two large chakra, um, what's it called? Chakras. Yeah, two large chakras, with one and then two others that are about tuning the Jonin level, chakra levels. As all of a sudden they see this half red, half blonde boy with one blue eye and one purple eye stand or jump in the middle of everybody, and all of a sudden white sand just appears and blast Haku and Zabuza away. And Zabu says, "What? Reinforcements?" And then he sees Naruto's headband. "Wait, sand? Why is sand in the land of waves?" Naruto says, "You need to stop this fighting. It's pointless." As Zabuza gets enraged and says, "This is nothing's pointless, or whatever. I need this job for money, blah blah blah," and so on. As Naruto goes, "So you're just in it for the money?" As he says, as Zabuza says, "Yes, because I'm a rogue ninja. I need this money to survive." As Naruto says, "Oh yeah, we came across this group of mobs, or this mob, or whatever, or gang, yeah. I think his name, or yeah." So yeah, so Naruto goes, "Yeah, we came around this gang. I think his name was Gato, or his gang Gato. Yeah, he said he was gonna betray these two uh, ninjas, but are you the two ninjas that are hired, man?" As Zoppo says, "What? How can I believe? I don't believe you, brat." As Naruto says, "Whatever." As he picks up Kakashi, because Kakashi is on one knee and helps him up. And Kakashi says, "Who are you?" And Naruto says, "Don't worry about it." As all of a sudden, Gato's gang appears on the bridge and goes, "Ha, Zabuza, you're way too much for my price to handle this job, and you're taking too long. So I just got my own people, and they'll take care of Tazuna." As, yeah, and yeah, so okay. As Zabuza says, "Wow, kid, you're telling the truth." As Naruto says, "I'll handle this," and as uh, as he goes and steps in front of him, and they're like, "Ha, what are you gonna do, kid?" The whole gang goes, and Naruto says, "Oh, don't worry about it." As all of a sudden, one of the gang members decided to throw a kunai, as sand just appeared and just stopped it. And they're like, "What?" And then all of a sudden, the sand just goes and attacks the mobs and just kills everybody except for Gato. Gato is the last one there, and he says, "Hey, Zabuza, you can take care of this, right?" As Zabuza says, "Yeah," and then he does it, and yeah. So Zabuza takes all the money from Gato, cause yeah, and anyway, so Kakashi says thank you, and he says, and Naruto goes, "Don't mention it." Literally, don't mention it, as he releases a amount of bloodlust and says, "If you tell anybody I was here, I'll make you pay, Kakashi Hatake of the Sharingan." And he goes, "How do you know? Who are you?" And he says, "Don't worry about it," as he does this foxy grin, as he disappears in a white sand, kind of like a teleportation or shushin or whatever. As Naruto appears by Gaara and says, "What took you so long?" And Gaara says in an angry voice, because he just, or in a joking but angry voice, trying to mess with Naruto. Naruto says, "Well, I just wanted to have a little bit of fun. It would have been sad if everything was over too soon." As Gaara laughs, and so does Tamara and Kankuro as they disappear. Now we cut to Kakashi saying, "Is that who I think it is? That kid looks so familiar. He almost looks like Kushina and Minato." As he looks back, as he looks to see if he could sense him, and he couldn't. So, and then Zabuza says, "That kid, he's pretty strong. Pretty sure yeah." But in this, I'm gonna say, wow, I'm gonna do a little flashback. Naruto still meets Haku, and Haku goes and says, because I'm gonna say Naruto is just training because he was bored, and he comes out to the field, and he said, and he's, because they were still tracking the people, but then Kankuro and them were taking a break, and then Naruto decided to venture off into the village, and he happened to go, and he wanted to go into a more quieter place, so he went out to the forest, and he fell asleep sitting in on a tree branch, and he wakes up to Haku jumping up, or shaking him and saying, "Hey, hey, wake up, you fell from the," or no, you didn't fall, I'm just kidding. "Hey, wake up, why are you sleeping on a branch?" As Naruto sand, like, instantly engulfs him. And the only reason I'm saying that Haku actually touched Naruto was because the sand didn't see Haku as a threat, but then Haku kind of gave just a little bit of ki, or a little bit of bloodlust, just a tad bit to make the sand react. As Haku jumped, and Naruto gets up and says, "Oh, sorry, I I didn't know anybody was going to be out here." And Haku says, "Same thing," as Haku and Naruto talk, and Haku goes, "Wait, the Sand Village? Why are they all the way out in Wave?" As Naruto says, "We have a mission out," and they're like, and Haku goes, "Are you protecting a bridge builder? As Are you back up for Leaf?" As Naruto gets curious and says, "Truthfully, no. Um, we were after somebody, or after a rogue ninja." As Haku says, "Oh," and then they do their, Haku goes, "Yeah, do you have anybody you care for, or that you want to protect?" As Naruto says, "Yeah, I do. My brother and my sister, or my two brothers and my sister, and my, or half brothers, or whatever, or yeah." And Haku says, "Oh, good, because the speech, if you have friends, or if you have somebody you need to protect, then you're stronger." So on. As Haku and Naruto go their separate ways, and before says, "I hope we can meet again." And that is end of flashback. Now, as this goes on, or we go back to Zabuza complimenting Naruto, saying that he's gonna be strong. Haku is still a guy, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Anyway, Haku goes, I hope to see him again. He's a kind boy. He's a kind nin. Even though he has much more power than me or Zabuza combined. And Zabuza says, what? As I'm just gonna say that Haku could sense all the power coming from Naruto. Because, or Naruto, or when he was sleeping, Haku kind of got a read off of him for somehow. Just don't worry about it. Anyway, as Zabuza says, I could see that, and he says, "Oh, we could see him in the future." As we come back to uh, Gaara, Naruto, Tamari, and Kankuro as they get back to Sand. I'm gonna say a week later. I don't know how long it takes to get from Wave, but whatever. So a week later, as he goes and they bring back the Rogue Ninja, as they didn't kill him, they just caught him, sealed him away. And yeah, so the Kazekage goes, nice job, Team Sand, or nice job, Gaara, Naruto, Tamari, and good job, Kankuro, for being the joining leader, or, whatever, as they say thank you. And Gaara says, hey, Dad, or Kazekage, Lord Kazekage, can me and Gaara go to Hidden Waterfall Village? Or, no. Just kidding, scratch that. As, okay, scratch that. So, Naruto and Gaara says, do you have any other missions we can do before the tuning exams? As the Kazekage goes, yeah. As he says, actually, we have one to give a scroll to the waterfall village. As Gaara and Naruto look and smile and say, okay, let's go do it. As the Kazekage gives Kankuro a scroll, and he says, but first take a few days off. And Kankuro says, yes, Lord Kazekage, as they leave and they go home. So this is where I'm going to end the video. Have a nice day.